Well, ever since auto and banking execs flew their private jets in to testify on Capitol Hill, sales of the private jets have taken a bit of a nosedive. Does business aviation have an image problem right now? Our Jeff Flock is at Chicago Executive Airport with a lot more. And this in Wheeling, not West Virginia, Wheeling, Illinois. Jeff.
Indeed, this used to be called Milwaukee Airport. It's now the Chicago Executive Airport. It's the hotbed of corporate air travel around Chicago. And yes, they do have an image problem. Ever since Rick Wagner and Alan Mullally and Bob Nardelli went up to Capitol Hill to ask for money in the corporate jets, a lot of companies have been canceling orders for corporate jets. But the question is, do corporate jets actually make sense in some cases? Well, in some cases they do. You're watching a CJ1 there. Even though deliveries of corporate jets are down this year, 36% in the first quarter alone, some companies are finding that corporate jets make a big positive for them. And I tell you, we can look at some of the reasons why that is. A lot of companies need to travel to multiple destinations. Doing that on commercial jets costs them a lot of money. If they go on a corporate jet, they can have a work meeting on board. They can talk about proprietary information without worry about it being overheard. And they can transport materials that they couldn't on other jets. One of the companies that kind of likes this idea is a company that typically doesn't have access to commercial aircraft. Barry LaBov is the head of a company called
LaBov and Beyond Marketing Communications.
An advertising firm.
Right, we're out of Fort Wayne, Indiana.
And you don't have great commercial air service there, do you?
Well, our airport's beautiful, but we do have limited commercial service.
And you found buying your own corporate jet for how many million?
Generally around $3 million for a jet like that.
And you got your logo right up on the tail section. Guy that represents the trade organization for commercial aviation. Ed, you have found that you got that kind of negative backlash from the automakers on Capitol Hill, that people have the idea that everybody's got a hot tub in their aircraft, right?
Well, there's been a negative stereotype of business aviation that's been perpetuated that is just completely out of touch with the way business aviation operates in the United States. Business aviation is used. 85% of the companies that use it are small and mid-sized businesses. They use it to turn travel time into work time, move around large groups of people, hit multiple sites in a single day, bring products on board.
We're not headed off to Aspen all the time.
Oh, no. These are primarily going to communities with little or no commercial airline service.
Real quick before we get away, Barry, I wanted you to show our viewers your aircraft here. Maybe Bob takes a spin around it as best he can. It's a CJ1, correct?
It's a CJ1. My
seats 6 people, so this isn't some big, massive aircraft.
No, it seats 6 people. We generally take 4.5 to 5 people on the average. I'm probably on the plane about 10% of the time.
You're not to your summer house there somewhere. And again, this thing costs maybe, you can get a used one now for $3 million.
2 or 3 million, brand new. It's about $4.5 million.
This is a good time to buy a corporate aircraft. Since
I think it's the best time to ever buy one I've ever seen. Plus, fuel's about as reasonable as it's ever been.
Gentlemen, I appreciate the time. Setting this record straight on corporate air travel. Yes, David?
I got a question. Do you think Bob can take a peek inside? Can he put the camera inside, or does he have the wrong lens on?
Come on. Oh, no, he's good. He can do anything, by God. Go ahead, take a look inside, Bob, if you would. You can see, David, this is not a massive aircraft. He's going to take a walk in there, and you can see it's pretty tight. He's going to squeeze right through there. No hot tub on board there. This is just a real business aircraft.
Yeah, it's not exactly the kind of James Bond plane I was expecting, but hey, listen, it's not a bad way to get around. You avoid all the traffic at the airport. Jeff Flock, only Jeff is there when the plane actually disembarks. Thank you, Jeff. Good stuff. Thank you, Robert.
Thanks, David.
Well, after a motorcade that was fit for a king, the